You guys, it's such a great time to be alive. It's every single time I say that, I was like, let me just stop and jump online real quick and record this because I was having a moment sitting here meditating, and this is my post meditation. So, like, after I've been meditating, I kind of feel like I'm high a little bit. And so I come out to my sofa and sit down and just kind of slowly reacclimate to, you know, the world. I don't know if that's weird. Does anybody else experience that, or am I just crazy? But yeah, anyway, so it just came to me. Um, I feel like I'm about to burst open. I can't even focus. I can't even focus. I'm just so happy right now. And not even saying that feels complicated. It feels like I can't say anything right. It feels like I can't say words that are powerful and all encompassing enough to make you understand how I'm feeling or what it is that I'm trying to say. The happiness that I feel is multidimensional because I feel like retrospectively the happiness has covered over everything that was unhappy and unsettled and unhealthy and wondering and looking and lost. It's like covered with this glaze of love and happiness now. And then presently, my actual now moment, I feel happy and elated. Like, my actual settings, me feeling my body being present with how my feet feel on the floor and how my butt feels on the sofa. Your present circumstance. I feel happy. And futurespectively, I can sense the wonder and amazement and dream coming true realities of what's coming. And that feels happy. So I'm just like, I'm trying to say this one sentence for you to gain a scope of what I'm trying to communicate. But as I'm saying it, in my head or in my mind's eye, confirmation burp. Just kidding. I'm so happy. I'm just happy. I don't know. I'm just happy. Yeah. I'm working on some things that are making me excited. I don't, should I talk about it? I mean, I guess. Why not? I don't know. I don't know, you guys. I'm a heavy journaler and I love writing. I mean, in college, which I didn't finish my degree, I almost said yet, but I don't know if I'm gonna ever go back to school. I don't know. It's possible. Stay tuned. Who knows what's gonna happen? But writing is like, I excel at it naturally. So I'm writing a lot, and it feels really good. It feels really good. It feels so good. When I used to write, I would get into the flow state, and so I wouldn't be resistant of the natural talent coming through. But I was so critical of it and so judgmental of it. And it's like, when a mom is, or a laboring woman in active labor, birthing a child, is in a position that is contrary to the tilt of her cervix, let's just say. The baby definitely is going down, and contractions are pushing the baby through the birth canal. But that resistance, because of the position that she's in, is not really flowing geometrically with the particular tilt of her cervix. Active labor is happening, but there's some resistance. We can change positions. And so listening to her body, you know, really focused in, like, y'all know that birthing, like, y'all, it's so intense, right? It's like one of the most intense things that we understand as humans in this experience as it relates to pain. Everybody, no one argues the validity of how painful it is. And men just are like a hands-off approach because they know that they can't comprehend. So something so profound as it relates to our reference point for pain, the most extreme pain, is a good one to look at, to examine and break down, because it's like that resistance, no one just forces and pushes the baby on through. Your body is feeling like it needs to lay down on its back or squat down in a squat position or get on all fours. You like naturally just listen to that, move, and then all of a sudden, baby, here comes baby. Pain, contractions, pushing, but here comes baby. That's just kind of what I feel like something has been calling me. My body, my energetic body, has been giving me signals that says you need to get up on all fours to push this the rest of the way. So with all this writing I'm doing, that's what it feels like. It feels like I'm listening to my body saying, we need you to adjust, get up on all fours and push this the rest of the way. Like, get out of resistance. It feels good, unexpectedly good. I don't know why it's unexpected. Why is it a surprise to feel good? Is it more of a surprise with a little bent and a hint of unexpected desire coming forth? Like, just foreign land, you know? And everything that's foreign isn't inherently bad, it's just different. And you can adjust and get used to that, just like butter, because that's what we were made to do. We were made to expand. Some say that coming forth, deciding from non physical to come forth into the physical realm, which is the earth plane as we know it, so to become human, was a choice with the intention behind it of growing and expanding. It's the whole point of our existence. And the scaffolding along the way, the guiding posts along the way, the energy, the undercurrent, the theme song, the soundtrack of the life experience as a human is supposed to be joy. Go figure that. Go figure. I mean, for real. Like, really think about that and consider that. Consider that. That you're supposed to be having the time of your life. Well, it's because such and such, and my situation is, and it's because they, and when I was there, they, and such happened, and this and that did this to me. So instead of us understanding that we invite contrast so that we can expand, because how do you grow? From one point to another point without understanding what the difference is between them. That's contrast. That's the definition of what contrast is. Something opposing, something differing, something contrasting. That's how I then can distinguish a thing from another thing. So my higher self, which is my extended self of source, which is not separate from who I am in this body, but my God connected self understands all of these things seamlessly, never loses sight of it. So is always trying to download it into this framework for the purpose of existing on the earth plane. So I shouldn't doubt the things that I know, that I sense, and that I get synchronicities about. When contrast happens in my life, I shouldn't doubt what that is, why it's occurring, and what the purpose could possibly be for it. I just begin my sorting process. I just begin engaging in the act of contrasting, using the verb version of the word contrast. I just get to getting. Let's make some conclusions. Let's draw some conclusions. Let's connect some dots. Let's evaluate how we feel. Let's look at what's materializing around me as a reflection of then how I'm thinking. What I'm manifesting is my point of alignment. So what am I aligned with? I can look around and see what I'm aligned with. How my life is going is a huge clue. It's the only clue as to where I stand right now. And all of that is not to doom and gloom you to some determined eternal end. It's observing is not to determine what is. Observing is to determine where you stand. And everybody, we all know this, that you have to put your location on before GPS will start tracking what your next step should be, where your next turn should be. You got to know where you at before you can know where you're going, where the next step is. So observing what's around you, participating in what's around you, what you're manifesting, how you're feeling, what you're thinking, how you're reacting, how you are viewing what's happening around you. So yes, they are doing this and they are doing that and they are doing X, Y, Z. How you feel about it? And then why do you feel that way about it? are indications of where you stand in relation to where you want to go. It ain't got nothing to do with me, how you feel. I'm just saying, I had no idea that embarking upon the journey of divorcing from my partner of 25 years was going to be one of the most reckoning of awakenings of my life. When people be saying that they got a second chance at life, insert a variance, right, of situations that happened. For me, it was when my daddy died, yo. And then not long after that, I separated from my husband of 25 years. At that time, we had been married for 23 years. Separated from him, and our divorce is final now. But this whole time, these past 4 years, the contrast, the difference between how my life is now after a husband, after a father being in my present experience, that contrast is so stark that there was no other agenda, no other agenda, proof of nothing but the agenda of expanding, changing, transforming, growing, initiating a new direction. So, growth exponentially has occurred and is occurring and is always occurring, right? I just had no idea that on the other side of things, like when I first went into the experience of this contrast, I had no idea where it was going. um, in a specific way, the particulars, the how, the when, the what, but I knew the why. And I knew the generalized feeling that I wanted to experience. I wanted to experience freedom. I wanted to experience independence. I wanted to experience inner dependence. I wanted to experience certainty. I wanted to experience safety. I wanted to experience self confidence and self awareness. And I didn't want to just experience these on these hit or miss accidents. I wanted it to be my norm. And it's not an impossible dream. So when y'all hear me say I'm living my dream life, that's what I'm talking about. Coherence, harmony, and balance between my mind, heart, and soul, between my body, my physical body, my energetic body, and my higher self's non physical body. Harmony and connection and awareness. That's living my dream life because it seems to me that everything else is grandfathered in underneath that umbrella. Confirmation burp. Oh my goodness. It keeps happening. Because to be honest, I'm just saying, when I said that just now, yeah, it like rocked some cells in my body. You know, DNA strands are lengthening and carrying on. Yeah. So, okay, I'm going to leave it here. I think that I've expressed to you everything that I want to express in this particular moment. Um, Please like, follow, and share. Share this. If it resonated with you, share it. Share it to somebody else. Let's start having dialogue and conversations about these things. Follow along so that you can continue to see how I'm processing, how I'm growing, how I'm expressing my, diary catalog of everything that's happening in my life right now. Exciting things. So much of it is internal, but that internal is like a star seed, because at some point that seed is going to burst through the soil and start sprouting. You know what I'm saying? A mustard seed is tiny, but it can grow and overtake, you know, hundreds of feet. Like, it can get really big. That's the star quality. That's just what's destined for us. Is for us to expand, just to be expanding outward, just growing, getting bigger and bigger. Capacity, that's just enlarging. And this is what it looks like. And I just want to talk about it while it's happening, because I think representation matters. I'm for real. I love y'all.